Yeah, I'm expecting a pretty close series to start this off with. Both players hovering around Kong 2, so they're not super like pro game level as we've seen yesterday in some parts, but they're still very good players, and so I expect them to not give an easy win to their opponents.
Yeah, and to be fair, Ramen is part of pardon, the VES team, so it's not outside of the realm. Nah, there is some exciting things going on, and we do have, for the first time on the stream, actually, we do have Golden Heights being picked here by Ramen. So we could potentially see that one. Papercut Bandout Prairie has picked front range. And I'm assuming just blindly Dry Arabia will be our starting match, which I'm kind of looking forward to, because it's going to be very bog standard. So far, though, favorite map of the map pool, Manyas. What are you thinking?
You mean
In
my
general?
personal favorite one?
Yes.
I really like Front Range. I've come to grow to love it. It is a very, I feel like, well-designed map, very versatile in a sense, but also just the fact that you start kind of safe and then you have to expand on the map and have to gain map control. I think it's a very well designed. And Front Range has been played a lot in these qualifiers and in Dwarf Club in the last 2 weeks as well. Other than that, I mean, obviously Dry Arabia is probably my favorite all-time map. I do like Golden Heights as well, so I would say those three would be my favorites.
Yeah, so we do have Golden Knights, we do have Front Range, we do have Dry Arabia, we have Rockies, which means that what is the final map in that case? It'd be, oh shit, I should really know this. I'm not sure what our starting map is, because my memory is very cloudy, apparently.
Frisian Marshes? Wait. No,
Should
that's...
be Fisher Marshes, you are damn right.
Yeah,
So,
just pulled up the handbook with the maps because I didn't have it ready early as well.
So, anything so far in the save draft that surprises you?
Well, yesterday we seen at least when I was casting also Jussi being banned, and so today it's been swapped by KT. So KT being banned by both players and not Jussi's Legacy. China still the standard ban, which very understandably so. Nothing crazy so far, I would say. I'm not surprised to see either of these picks and bans so far.
Oh. Yeah, no, I'm not surprised. The main thing that surprises me is Ramen's first pick, Mali. It's not actually that surprising. He likes playing his Mali. He likes playing that kind of style. So not the biggest surprise. We'll have to see what their second... Oh my gosh, we have a perfect mirror when it comes to the bans.
You'll love to see. There is Jussi's Legacy, so they did just wait a little bit and then banned it now in the second phase. So neither player wants to see the Chinese and the variances, and KT also very strong. Potentially also... okay. I mean, Golden Heights is not like a super crazy water map, but it's still a hybrid map, which technically favors KT. Do you think that may have played a role in the bans?
Yeah, 100%. It's pretty disgusting. Like, if it has water, KT is good. Like, if it has, like, even if it doesn't, it's like, yeah, it's pretty nasty on Golden Heights. You got to remember as well, in the Pilgrims as well, when it comes to Golden Heights, it's pretty interesting.
It is.
We do have some interesting picks here, though. English being such high priority in quotation marks is interesting for me. I'm guessing he just wants to pick it away from Papercut. Papercut has played quite a bit of English on stream. We'll have to see. Plaque was asking, is Mali good on the rock map? If you're talking about front range, God no. It's terrible because half of the gold pits you can't put your houses around. And if we're talking about Rockies / coastal cliffs, then yeah, it's pretty decent.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, also the fact in front range that the goal is so far out there, that alone makes it difficult. But as you pointed out, like they're sometimes tucked into the mountain, and so you can't even put your houses around half the time. So yeah, not a good Mali map for sure. We've seen, I think, Byzantines a lot on that map actually, and I think HRE even. Not sure.
On front range.
On front range, yeah.
So surprisingly to me, one of my favorite things on that map is actually picking is Ottomans. I actually quite like it because you run out of food so quickly and it's not a really good pro scout map.
Mm-hmm.
So by going just straight up just by going the TMM, you're having a really fun time.
Yeah,
anyways,
yeah,
we do have our first matchup of the day, and it is in fact going to be Mali Ottoman on Frisian Marshes. Speaking of type error dubs who just subscribed, you should subscribe too on the Twitch channel and you will be supporting us. And speaking of supporting us, all donations up to $1,000. So when that hits 2,000, we will get an extra $1,000 in thanks to people in the community who are supporting the tournaments, and you are helping us cover the cost, helping us increase the prize pool, and making sure we can run these events.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, like mainly the cost behind that is just the thing that needs to be covered. You know, like there's a lot of things that go into a tournament. It's not just the prize pool; it's also the cost for the venue and flights and everything, the staff, catering and everything. So there's a lot of things that are going on in a tournament. I've seen it firsthand in Hamburg at the Garrison early this year in March, which was a great experience as well. And so yeah, it's really important to have the community backing us there. So if you can support us by donating, by buying merch, we would highly appreciate that. We're community funded. Besides the prize pool being put up by World's Edge, and yeah, so we really ask and need your help there. So let's all work together to make this a very awesome and great tournament in 2 months. You know, it's starting in 2 months, 24th of October.
Yeah, I am not 100% sure. I think it's just me and Asklad is coming from EU.
I think that's correct so far.
Okay,
Yeah,
I think so. Still need to. I still need to book my tickets. Anyways, so far the draft though, it's a very weird one. I am not sure where I would kind of put it, because Papercut did get Biz Japan, but Ramen did get Rus and Lancaster and Mongol and Delhi. I'm not sure.
I mean, when you say weird, what would you expect differently? Because the only civs that are missing here is Abbasid, French, and Jeanne d'Arc. So I'm kind of surprised to not see French because it's just an overall solid civilization, I would say. And Abbasid can also be played on a lot of different maps and play styles as well. But what would you switch around if you were in their shoes?
Ooh, I would probably have switched around that English pick. I do think English is one of those things that is going to be played on. Could be pretty easily picked. Wait. Oh. I was like, oh, I loaded into the game pretty quickly.
Oh.
Turns out they're gonna have to restart the match. There was a bit of an there's a bit of an oopsie. Let's
okay. Technical difficulties are part of the Age of Empires experience, for sure.
This time around, I am going to blame the players. Uh, quite frankly, I'm going to blame the players on this one.
Oh.
Not
You know
exactly
what?
the.
I mean, that could make for an interesting game. Like, just maybe I'll put that down as an idea for Lolo Legends, to just have like like starting with high resources and then immediately spam your feudal age landmark and things like that. I mean, there was. HGC did a tournament, I think like 1.5 or 2 years ago, with where you started with like 12 villagers or something, right?
Yes, we did have. That was Golden League. So there was 12 villager starts, no stone walls, and no keeps, but keep landmarks was available. And then I don't remember the third one.
I mean, it is interesting, if you're thinking about early games, sometimes being a little bit slower, Dark Age maybe not as important or prevalent, then having a little bit of a jump start there, it can be interesting to once in a while throw that in there. I think the players didn't like it as much because they didn't have enough time to practice, I believe, at least so from what I heard. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we do have a real. We seem to be going into actually be going to into the match now. So yeah, Mali Ottomans. On Dry Arabia, I kind of know how this matchup goes. Pretty okay. On Frisian, I would say previously, I would have said, oh, I know how this is going to go, because of the fact that, like, hey, there is Mali trade, you have Ottoman trade. Ottoman trade can be quite powerful, and this is not a map like, for example, Enlightened Horizon, where you run out of food pretty quickly, so you're kind of forced into that TMM. However, after the Frisian Marshes changes now, where you have the trade post in the middle and not on the sides, basically, so you're playing two lines. I'm not 100% sure how this one is going to go. I am fully expecting Papercut to actually be opening with the barracks, or actually, I shouldn't even say or. It's going to be a barracks opening. If it's any kind of aggression, right? Because of the fact that this map always has that gold spawn forward or towards your opponent. The question for me is, how is Mali going to be actually dealing with that early kind of aggression? I'm not 100% sure how, or if you've paid attention to a lot of the Mali plays, but what we have seen recently is there has been this kind of opening where you drop, I believe it's 4 houses, then you drop a tower on your gold, and then you drop a mill on your gold as well next to that tower. And then you just send a couple of sheep to that, and then you can actually jump in and out of the tower as you want to without that idle time. So
yeah, I've seen it a couple times in War Chief Club. Very good. I think it's a very solid opener, especially if you expect early aggression, because you don't really lose a lot of idle time. You do have the tower with the villagers garrisoned if needed, and you still can mine or like gather sheep, and at some point you switch it to gold. So I think that's very efficient and very smart way to react to that. And yeah, we could see something like that. I also wonder if either player will try to focus on the fish as well, because yeah, that's the thing.
So theoretically, Ottoman could go for a dock opening because of the fact that their fishing or their docks, they are cheaper.
True.
So it is possible. I don't see it happening, but it is possible.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out in a little over a minute. Yeah, I don't also necessarily expect it, but yeah, it could. I don't think Mali will open with a dock. With Ottomans maybe, but I wouldn't expect it necessarily. But yeah, I would expect at some point people moving out to the fish, just to expand on the map, especially because the most of the food is on the map and not in between you and your opponent. So we'll see. I haven't
Yeah.
seen trade in a while though on that map actually, since the trade post change, the neutral
Yeah,
post.
the changes are a bit weird, right? Because there's less wood.
Mm-hmm.
It's more open. You're forced into the center, which makes it easier to actually be contesting that trade. So, yeah, I don't know. Trade is kind of off. One of the things that I kind of wish we saw more of on the old one was actually the Iobid Woodwing, so industry wing, into just mass trading on that map before the changes. Because playing mass Iobid trade in the... Sorry, I got distracted by that. I feel like that's a fair thing to be distracted by. Anyways, we are going to be going into the first game of the day. It's going to be Ramen versus...
Yes, the Ramen starting on the left side, Papercut on the right side, as you and you don't immediately see. I mean, here's on. He will likely open with the Pirates, but I don't see it.
Sir, why do you have two idle? Papercut?
Oh, for now, but there they are back on the game. Malians, we can see that they're opening with a few houses. It looks like 4 at the moment.
There we go. There's the barracks. So we did want to scout the opponent first. I am going to be a little bit mean, and I'm going to say that is a pretty early mistake to actually be making, because you do want to just straight up just go for that because of the way this map spawns.
Yeah, I mean, he did. So Papercut did drop the barracks. We don't have a spearman out there, so it's 1.5 minutes, and there it is. So yeah, a little bit of a, I want to say delay even, which the Ottomans, hunted wood for the barracks or for military buildings in general, is a little bit cheaper, so you can have it quicker than other civilizations. So even if Ramen would have wanted to match that, would have been a little bit slower. There's the dock, so we actually do have the dock opening as well.
So I'm assuming I didn't actually see this. So he went dock into racks.
Mm-hmm.
That is super greedy. I would,
Yeah, I
if
mean,
you're doing both, I would prefer the other way around.
yeah, I agree. And I mean, yeah, he technically has the chance now to burn down the pit mine, which they did get a little bit more health. The pit mine, the houses, like 2 patches ago, I believe, and so way too late to deny any kind of age up, obviously, and also not really. I mean, it's only 2 spearmen, so I didn't invest too much into it, but that's gonna take a while to actually do something, and by that time, Ramen probably has archers out already and can just clap back.
Yeah. He is going to be. He did start the pit mine, and you do want to actually, when they are on 4 houses like this, you actually do want to be starting to torch their houses as soon as possible, because of the fact that their population capacity isn't that high anymore.
Yeah, you get only 5 per house. I mean, they're cheaper, but you also only get 5 population per house, and so if you can burn them down, then you can potentially put Malians into trouble. Also, they then have to build houses on different spots where they don't really benefit from them. They don't want that, obviously. But yeah, for now, a little bit of aggression, but not super heavily leaning into that. I think the fishing eventually will put his eco ahead, but for the time being, I'm not really seeing that aggression pay off.
Yeah. You're going to be trying to see a little bit of action here, though, trying to see if you can get in on that villager, but unfortunately for him, yeah, that house is in range. Ooh, okay, speed building that archer range, though.
Yeah, pulling 4 villagers to get that
dollars.
up a little bit more quicker.
Don't lose this.
That would be some good eco damage in a sense to get that scout. force Ramen to drop a stable and then rebuild a scout or maybe even two. Ooh. I mean,
Playing it
he's playing with
pretty
fire
close
here.
there. Okay, one's gonna go down to the TC. Second one is going to go down to the archer as well, though, and that is going to be it for the early game aggression here for Papercut now.
Yeah, so Twin Winner at Madrid coming up, so not the Sultanhani trade network as we talked about because of the neutral post being moved into the middle, a little bit weird then. So he is sitting on a lot of food with the berries, with the fish as well. But yeah, needs to find a different angle of, or approach here rather than the spearman because the archers hard counter that. So Sipahi most likely the next thing. Do you expect some kind of fast castle, or would you go into drop 2 military schools right from the feudal age start?
I don't expect any early military schools. What I would like to see is just him dropping, because he has so much food right now, just drop a couple of sables. You already have the archers out. Just drop just one, potentially even two, and then just start pumping out Sipai, go Castle Age behind it. And then be happy and roll from there.
He's pulling the gold vills as well, so he expects the archer to be there shortly, and so he cannot really stay there.
Ooh, Imam's going first here. Interesting.
Okay. I mean, it does make sense, I think, if you're focusing on the feudal age and some aggression, have the option to heal up the Sipahis again. That can be really, really powerful.
Interesting 1-1-1 composition. Actually wants to be going into those archers. Is speed building these quite heavily though, so he does really want to get that up. He does want to punish Ramen as much as possible in the back. The cow boom has started as well.
Yes, we don't see the opener that we talked about with the outpost of the mill on the goal, because that wasn't needed in this case. There was no tower rush, there wasn't a heavy Dark Age aggression, and so he can just mine the gold now, go, slowly build up the cattle here. Ooh, sheep getting slaughtered here. First casualty of war. 5 cows on the field already, so looking pretty good so far. A lot of gold. He can drop a few more, and then once he stops that and he gets more food, then yeah, Ramen is set for the castle age.
He is indeed, and we already have a lot of units out on the field here for Papercut. It is indeed. His military numbers are a little bit inflated. Remember, there is that lovely bug that Ottoman fishing ships does count for military. But yeah, Ramen has scouted out the aggression here, has scouted out the amount of units that's coming his way, so he is going to be forced into dropping a little bit more production and actually building some units.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, he already has 10 cattle out, or cows, and so he can just stop for a minute, and he already has that passive income, so it doesn't really hurt him that much as long as he doesn't die, but it's all mostly safe under his town center, so he can just keep it there for the time being. Dropping a barracks now, so barracks archery range on his part, so he can deal with what Papercut is throwing at him at the moment, which currently 3
He's able to bait out the Sipai. Great bait here. Papercut not paying too much attention there. Sipai is going to go down. So it's going to be a very free pick for him on that one.
Yeah, pretty costly loss here, especially because if the Sipai would have survived with just a sliver of health, the Imams could do what they love to do best. And so once Sipai, that's pretty good. Pretty good pick by Ramen here with only one archer baiting him in there.
Yeah, so we are just going to be a little bit of aggression here, though. More aggression. I wouldn't be surprised here. Papercut. I can see siege engineering in the very close future.
Yeah, I mean, once he has the numbers to construct that, his ecos behind that, he has enough wood income to stop artists for a second, and then he can go for a ram. That definitely could help him to stay a little bit longer under the town center and just force Ramen's army a little bit more out there. But Ramen is responding with Donzo Javelin throw, so he's just perfectly countering the Archer Donzo mass that is almost inevitably going to come from Papercut. So I think Malians, in a way, pretty well equipped to deal with that for the time being. I don't think Ramen is too concerned, even though he's losing the second house right now. He's almost pop capped, so when that house is gonna burn down, he'll be at the point where he actually needs to build houses somewhere else.
The main problem I actually have is the fact that this is so far forward, and it's his only pit mine. He doesn't have any other gold income except for the Mansa Quarry. So if this gets taken out, he is just going to straight be going castle here, actually, behind all of this. Wow.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have the gold income to really do a lot once he hits Castle Age, but yeah, I don't know, that is a choice, and I mean, he survived so far. Scout getting picked off by this Javelin thrower's final touch here, and Papercut is trying to burn down the pit mine now. As he said, if he loses that one, the other pit mine potentially, the second one would be even further north, closer to Papercut, so Ramen for now cannot go there. So that is a lot of, most of the gold income that Ramen would rely on at the time being.
Yeah, and Ramen is actually doing something very, very smart here. He is aging up slowly. Because he realizes Papercut is, the second that age up notification comes through, he's immediately going for the dive, and he needs that time to actually be building units. And I'm not sure if he's going to be getting that, though, because he is just going to be going in straight underneath the woodline here, though. It doesn't have any blacksmith upgrades. So Papercut might be throwing away a little bit too much here for nothing.
Yeah, villagers actually coming back, pulling out the shifts, getting a little bit of the action here. So Papercut losing at least one Sipahi there, the other one's getting pretty dangerously low here, getting more shots, the second one. So losing a couple Sipahi here, not really finding any connection besides a couple seconds of idle time. But yeah, to your earlier point, the slow age up here, very, very smart. Ramen doesn't really gain a whole lot from an age, like if he would pull 15 villagers, he doesn't gain a lot there, and he needs that time to build up more army, and then now the age up comes up, and Papercut knows about that, so Ramen is at a point where he can still defend that. He has less army value, but he has the vendor's advantage, and technically he is also having the better counters, I would say. With the jungles and the javelin throwers.
Yeah, siege engineering coming in from Papercut. The timing might be a little bit off here, though, but the army behind this should be pretty damn good for an actual timing here.
I mean, the army is looking good in numbers-wise, but Ramen just now got the quick Donzo and Archer upgrades, so they're veteran units now. Steeled arrow coming in as well, so he is doing a little bit more range damage. Ooh, a nice sneaky pit mine out there. I mean, it is, Papercut doesn't have any scout anymore. He is blindsided except for wherever his army is standing, so that is a very smart move to just build a pit mine out there. Good by Ramen. Keep the as long as it keeps the attention focused on on his base or on Papercut's base, I think he's in a good position to get away with that pit mine.
Yeah, and I think here, though, needs to be very, very careful with these imams. If they do go down, they can't heal themselves, so we need two of them to be able to heal up the other one. Army value looking pretty solid for Papercut now. Ram is on the... Ram is here. Second one is on the way. Villager is not going to go down, but he is going to be finding that second pit mine, though.
Ooh, that is dangerous. Yeah, if Papercut immediately reacting, it looked like he was reacting to that at least. So he has two choices now. He could either try and go on the other pit mine there, and potentially easily destroy that, or he's pushing the fight here in the middle and trying to end the game before Ramen can get any more advantages of the castle age. He's stuck at 12 cows, so there was no more progress in that regard. The big fight now here, Rams going on the pit mine, Gonzo shuffling back and forth as well as Sipahi. That's a little bit of dance here, trying to find the right units here.
Yeah, and the javelins has been uncontested in the back for the time being. Donzo micro from Ramen has been very, very good here. So these archers in the back has been able to be sniped out. Imam was taken away pretty damn early. I'm not sure where the second one is. It's all the way in the back, and now Guy is not being able to do a whole lot here. Ramen even picking up relics behind all of this, and this fight just straight up went in Ramen's favor, amazingly.
Yeah, pretty heavy into Ramen's favor. He killed about 2,000 or 3,000 value more than Papercut, so there his army value actually now, since the Rams got destroyed, has exceeded Papercut's army value. He did lose the pit mine, but as long as the gold is still there, he can just rebuild it, it's fine. So definitely Ram will be happy about that as well, with the run relic being picked up here. We'll see another spy raid here coming to the woodline, but Ramen is reacting to that. And he actually could go toe to toe with the spy. He will lose a villager there. I'm sure that was worth it, but I mean, yeah, he did lose a villager there. It's fine.
Now MIA going up in the back here for Papercut. Timing should be pretty damn scary for him.
Yeah, he's rushing it up with 21 villagers. He really needs to have that castle age, get the siege units. Some mangonels would be very sweet just about now. But Papercut is getting pushed off gold, and he has the same issue that his 2 golds are in the front, and so he cannot. Yeah, once he's pushed off there, he has 260 gold to work with, and that's about it. So that could be an issue pretty soon. Military school getting dangerously low, just getting torched down by the Donzo mass as the H-up comes in. And it's not even gonna finish that one, I believe it was Pahi that was in queue, I'm not sure.
Sure myself here though. He's going to be spotting out some villagers. These should be able to go down and taken out. Fight being split here, attention from the military units a little bit weird sometimes. Those 5 vills in that tower plus some extra should be going down here.
That was a brutal fight. He killed 4 before that went down, so he's up to 9 villager kills. So Ramen having a better passive eco and having more villagers, looking very solid right now. And Papercut is struggling right now with the upgrades. He only has few late units, and Ramen had been castle for a while and is on gold. He's uncontested in that regard. 2 relics at the moment. He could potentially drop a 3rd gold pit mine relatively soon if he wants to, but he's currently just building a wall at that point.
Yeah, I mean, he knows the Papercut. You saw him when he was aging up. He was still having Sipahi active out on the field and actually able to get 2 villager kills, right? So wants to be able to pick up some walls here, and honestly, like, the eco from Papercut is not that terrible compared to Ramen, all things considered. Yes, gold income is pretty lacking right now, but due to these docks. But the problem is, if these docks get discovered by Ramen, and he is indeed looking for them pretty heavily. He has seen that there is some deer that has gone away on the minimap.
Yeah, and with that he will also find the gold, he will find the deer, the dog as well, so that is a pretty good find here. At the same time, Papercut is getting on the villagers there as well, finding 1 more kill, and potentially, yeah, that should be another one. There you go. I don't know.
Out of all the things you want to fight, Sipahi is not one of them. I mean, this Sipahi is getting the value right now.
Definitely, even without microing it, it's just the damage that it does is so high there. And it is now, by the way, a castle age, so veteran unit, so finally going down, but not without a good fight. 7 villager kills, so that was 5 additional ones. In the meantime, Papercut is losing that expanded position. did also lose the mosque that he built there, and Ramen is pulling the fourth one and on the way probably to the fifth relic as well. So that probably is a 5 relic game. He has the map control, so he can even take the sacred sites if he wants to. And now there's the second dark that he can also go to and destroy that if he wants to.
Yeah, I am a little bit scared though. One of the main things Papercut is relying on here is, oh my gosh, Agabi's Ramen.
Wow.
One of the main things he is relying on is the fact that he has 46 archers. Problem is, Ramen is soon going to be having 69 poison archers. And that is even before this fight is coming through. Mangonels are on the field, so if they are getting some good hits here and one starting off the fight really well right now, but the front line is what is missing here for Papercut. He doesn't have anything that is going to be protecting these archers whatsoever.
Yeah, and once the Malian units can close down here, the Mangonel isn't really that strong anymore. It's getting wiggled down by the Donzos. The dead is gone. There's another one in queue by the Magnet Imperial Armory, but not looking too good here for Papercut, I have to say. Losing that fight here, and with that, he loses the game.
Yeah, and that is just a solid, just straight up just going in, right? And I'm surprised, right? I think I almost want to say Papercut killed himself a little bit with his greed.
Yeah, definitely feels like that. But at the same time, Ramen just was very good at reading the match. Not panicking. As sometimes people do with over investing into his defenses, into military. He was just biding his time, going for a delayed, slow age up. Got the cattle behind that, and then once he was ready to fight, he did take a good fight, and then another good fight, and by that time the game was in his favor, and he and it was over as well.
Yeah. So that is game number 1 here. It's Frisian Marsh is interesting take on how to play this matchup, I'll have to say.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the cool thing about Frisian Marshes also is that there's a couple different ways how you can play it, and it's an unusual map, right? Just because of the way you spawn to your opponent and stuff. So a couple different ways how you can play it, and make for some very interesting games. I don't think I've ever seen a boring game on Frisian Marshes.
That is a fair point. That is actually a really, really good point. All right, let's see what we have for game number 2, though. I would expect front range or Rockies. I mean, blindly assuming. Sorry, my tooling in the back end kind of stopped working.
Awesome.
Pretty good, right?
Classic.
Okay, so I guess. Yeah.
I do know the matchup for the next.
Please tell me.
So Ramen is gonna play English against Order of the Dragon by Papercut.
Ooh.
And not sure about the map though, but yeah.
See, it's going to be front range actually.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, I'm excited to see this one though. How many TCs do we think? Myriad? That is an excellent question. Quite indeed, yes. Yes. Alright, so here's an interesting thought for you. How many farms in Dark Age are we getting?
How many farms in Dark Age? You mean by English, I hope.
Yes.
I don't know. I would actually. I don't want to predict that because that's probably going to be off completely, but I would not be surprised if we don't see a single Dark Age farm actually.
I think so too. There is, I think one of the things that Papercut can do, and I wonder if Papercut actually made a video on this. I'm not 100% sure, but proxy barracks in feudal with minework and then just yeeting man-at-arms.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if we see proxy barracks, I think that's the one caveat where I'm like, yeah, maybe then we'll see Dark Age farms just to be a little bit more defensively. But I don't know. Then you can still just, as English, you also have men at arms in Dark Age, so you can just go toe to toe with whatever Papercut is doing.
I mean, we'll have to see.
We'll see. Well, yeah, there it is. So second game in this best of 5 series. Ramen opening on the right side, looking to climb the hill, but then decides otherwise. And Papercut with the Order of the Dragon on the north side, moving his scout towards the base of Ramen, potentially looking to see what his opponent is planning. As we hinted at, both civilizations could play some Dark Age aggression. But they could also go into the straight up feudal and then go from there. Ooh, is he gonna lose this?
Sir. Oh no.
Oh, that was close, Like, I just had some flashbacks. Some PTSD flashbacks.
I think we all had a little bit of moments of eyes flashing. Oh my god.
Oof. Okay, there's the boar being taken down by everything that Ramen has. Like 8 villages, that's everything except for wow. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? Dark Age farms, who needs that if you have Dark Age boar? Let's do it. The scout tanking it, very nice here. Ooh, okay. Yeah, pull it a little bit closer to the will, very good, and then very strong food income there. A little bit low on gold at the moment, I would say, but I mean, they got a memo that we didn't get apparently. Survival techniques being researched by Papercut, so he wants to maximize whatever he can get out of that boar. So both players opening a boar. Very cool to see that.
Okay, scratch the Dark Age farms, I guess. Screw that, like...
I think they're out of the picture now.
God damn it, David Lee, what did you do? No! Ain't no way! Ain't no way! Ain't no way!
No, he can pin.
Oh my god!
They're so low, the villagers. They're so low. He can actually snipe the. Okay.
And he targets the scout. He doesn't care about the scout anymore.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, first villager kill, and that was almost the second one as well. I mean, that's the Order of the Dragon villager. That is very nice. At the same time, there's a lot of idle time here as well. So, but yeah, still a win for Ramen. A nice little jab here at his opponent, being like, you know what I'm doing? I know exactly what you're doing, and I can kill you now. So, wow, what a game! What an opener here. Very cool to see that Ramen has enough. There it is, the Abbey of Kings, in the more or less in the front, in the middle of the base here. Amazing. I love it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You still with us, Kyle? Okay?
I don't know, man.
Isn't that great? Oh man, I love this game. This has been very entertaining 4 minutes. Mindwork Palace on the other side coming up by Papercut. So also hinting at a little bit of a of aggressive thought at least. Where do you go from there, Abbey of Kings? Do you follow that up with Horsemen? Do you go 2TC? What's the plan then?
I think versus Order, you don't want to go. You don't want to go Horseman, right?
Hmm.
Their spears are too strong. I think
Yeah.
honestly, you just. I think you just go Archer ranges.
Hmm. I mean, I prefer the Abbey of Kings either way because you get the King, which is a unique unit that you cannot get otherwise. So, like, even if I want to spam longbows, I then just follow it up with 2 or 3 archery ranges and then I'm fine. So I do like the King, also with the healing ability, of course, very, very nice. And yeah, Ramen immediately pulling 3 villagers, so he only has the 5 that fit in the tower. So he is respecting some potential aggression. He doesn't want to lose villagers there. And there's a stable. Okay, so we will see horsemen after all. Interesting. I mean, I guess with the king, with the healing, you
Yeah, but
don't
you gotta
have
be
to.
so careful. I mean, you do have a lot of food, to be fair.
Yeah, that's the thing. He does have a lot of food, so maybe that's his thought process there.
Hmm.
Oh,
But my worry is the Order of the Dragon Spearman.
mm-hmm.
My
Well, see,
worry is that.
yes,
Another.
but the thing is, as long as you don't die, you can
Hmm.
always run back under the Ivy of Kings and heal up again. So, but yeah, we're not seeing spears for the time being stable, being rushed by 3 out of the Dragon villagers, and no further upgrades so far. We only have Broadaxe on Ramen's side and nothing on Papercut's side for now. King pushing villagers off the scout, taking the brunt of the charge very nicely.
So are we actually just going to be sitting underneath this tower now, though?
I mean, you can't really do that for long, but at the same time, it is a. I mean, if you can idle 5 out of the Dragon villagers in the town and the tower there, that's pretty nice. That's pretty good.
It is exactly that, right? It is solidly sitting underneath this. It is poor as well, right? So, in quotation marks,
Hmm.
the idle time is better than
Yes.
fairy idle time, for example, right?
Yes.
Because it's the boar.
Yeah, it's the boar and it's the out of the dragon villagers, which generally are better than regular villagers. So that is good. And again, he can just pull the horsemen back. They heal up. Look at how quickly they heal underneath the Abbey of Kings. And then yeah, he follows it up with an archery range. So he has the longbows. So he doesn't really have a response right now to the gilded horsemen, which are gonna be a beast to deal with. 3 horsemen, 2 already out. That could be an issue, so he kind of needs to respect that. So maybe we'll see some spearmen on him on his own as well, making it a tri-comp potentially.
Could potentially be that. I mean, on the other side, if you do just have a lot of horsemen as the front line, kind of okay, I guess.
Yeah, I
It's a
mean,
very big I guess.
yeah,
To be fair.
yeah. But
But
yeah, I
we
mean,
are having that stone being gathered, so we are going to be getting arrows that's on that tower.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I mean, true. If you're just doubling down on horsemen, if you have the numbers, which you would, kind of need like twice as many. As long as you don't die them, you have a good micro, you can pull them back, you can heal them up again. And Papercut doesn't have that ability. The Order of the Dragon only get access to the prelates in Castle Age, and not now. So he couldn't heal them up.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, Papercut, if he knew about this, and I think he potentially scouted it, he probably actually, you can kind of just full commit to a fight right now, and you'd still be fine. What Ramen wants to do is pull each individual horseman back to actually, keep them alive, as you were talking about. The problem with doing that is you're going to be exposing the longbows, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah, I guess depending on the fight, you just let him die, which would be better than losing the longbows. That's true. One
Horslets.
horseman is going down, so he's trying to burn down the tower here with the arrow slits. So that's gonna be a little bit more effective against the horseman.
So
But
now,
Papercut wasn't finding any damage. He was trying to raid Ramen's base, but he wasn't finding anything to do there and needed to pull back again. And there's the barracks. Okay, so we do have the tricomp here with the spearmen. So Ramen is respecting the gilded horsemen, which there's 7 on the field right now. I think you would need to have a lot of horsemen to just not care about the gilded horsemen at this point.
for sure. Right now, tower being a little bit greedy here, or sorry, not being greedy at all. Sorry.
Mm.
And
Being
the Ricard-
ungreedy. He's
ungreedy.
ungreedy.
Going to be very
Yeah,
safe.
that's a
Boar
word, I
has been
guess.
exhausted. And that boar coming in almost done here as well. He's going to just be sending it on this tower, though, just wants to be able to take it down. Is going to be revealing every single card he has. Horseman, spear, and longbows here, though.
Ooh, yeah, we see a flank here.
Fight might have been a little bit too soon, though, for Ramen.
That definitely is too soon. There's only a handful of spearmen, so not enough for now to really deal with all these gilded horsemen. The archers, the longbows are taking out the spearmen, so that is very important because they're super strong. So overall, slightly in favor for Ram in this fight. And again, as long as he doesn't completely lose the unit, he can just heal him up again. So any extended fight, in a sense, will go in his favor.
That fight went a lot better for Ramen than I expected it to.
Yeah, agree.
Now, yeah, just look at this longbow. +2, +2, +2, +2, +2.
Yeah, it's so nice.
I think someone would like to. Yeah, there we go. Cool. We have a full HP army again.
Yeah,
Let's go for round 2.
Yeah, just go back like 20 seconds later, they're all healed up again. So it's, you know, that is the thing. So and Papercut is doubling down on he's going for Man at Arms now as well. So Gilded Man at Arms coming out together with the Horsemen. So Ramen doesn't have a counter to the Man at Arms, but he does have the numbers, and as long as he can micro properly with the Spearman on the Horsemen and then just everything else on the Man at Arms, I think it still goes in Ramen's favor, even though the army value is pretty even right now.
Army value is even, yes, but the problem is, like, longbows, they're quality, they're so good, right? And we're gonna have a straight up fight here. We're gonna be making sure that this spears here needs to be very careful. And all of these villagers are spotted out.
That's a good find. Getting through, so 3 more gilded villagers here, and yeah, perfect micro here with the spearmen, making sure that the gilded horsemen cannot range free, and every gilded man arms they are super tanky, but just the numbers. As long as you can keep the horsemen in check, it should be okay for Ramen, I guess.
I don't think so, honestly. The spearman numbers are gone, and honestly, these man-at-arms, they're doing so much work on the front line here. They're tanking and they're forcing the APM and the targeting from Ramen here pretty hard. This is going to be a straight-up win for Papercut in this fight.
Yeah, and the issue is you cannot really run away as well, because the horsemen will catch up with the archers. So yeah, complete wipe here from Ramen. So yeah, as I was saying that it should be okay, it was like, oh, it was not okay, in fact. So he needs to find a solution here, maybe like a lot more spearmen at least to deal with the horsemen, and then yeah, hope to find a solution there. In terms of castle age, neither player really is anywhere close there. Both players doubling down on the fuel aggression, which I'd love to see, but yeah, no castle age anytime soon.
Yeah, a bit of a problem, right, is the fact that These Gilded Man-at-Arms, they've got the upgrade. Properly see Golden Cross, there we go.
Yeah.
It's so deceptive. It is so deceptive. They take so much damage at the start and suddenly they just don't die anymore, and you're kind of just going, oh, okay. But eco number for Ramen is looking pretty solid. Behind all of this, though, we haven't had a good look at it. Farms has come through. There's a lot of farms here. But the eco upgrades is not looking good for Ramen right now.
No, yeah, he's definitely lacking in eco upgrades. He also doesn't have a whole lot of gold income, so that's also affecting that. Forcing some idle time here on Papercut's side with the Horseman raid here. Attempted raid. But oof, at the same time, yeah, we do have the counter raid here, and that actually is finding a lot of villagers here. Papercut killing a good handful of villagers, and he could even double down to try to torch the outpost, but he has a very low horseman. If you know, Ramen
just needs to micro a little bit.
Yeah, if he micros that, he could actually kill easily 2 more of those. But regardless, like, no matter how you do it, they will burn down the tower, so that will be another couple villager kills. Army is moving in now, so we'll save most of them at least. But 6 villager kills, that is good. Trying to equalize the numbers here just a little bit.
Yeah, getting a little bit of damage done here on both sides. I mean, horseman raids on both sides just happening at the same time. It's chaos just picking up eco. Textiles coming in. I'm actually not 100% sure how much villagers. 30, almost 100 HP on OTT villagers when they have textiles.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, I mean they have more health to start with, and so textiles also giving them more than for other civilizations. So I don't hate it. I mean, almost 100 health on the villagers. That's pretty damn tanky. The only other civilizations that can do something like that is the Mongols with the improved textiles, or the opposite. But
guys, A move! A move! Oh,
and this is why you have to A move at pretty much all times. Oh gosh. It's a very low health horseman on the backside, so they cannot really. Spearmen are not there anymore, so actually, even though they're almost dead, they do get the job done here. The men-at-arms, the numbers are looking so deceiving, but those 5 men-at-arms here, they're doing a ton of work here. King actually gonna lose his life again.
Just look at it. Like, I'm just looking at the low HP men-at-arms, and I'm just going, oh, okay, yeah, just one more volley, and then it's like, oh,
yeah, one more volley, yeah.
Like, look at this guy. I was like, one more. Yeah, one more. Okay, that one didn't actually hit.
No, okay. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, the Golden Cuirass really paying off here, and I think that's one of the reasons why some people struggle with playing against Order of the Dragon. It's like, oh, it's only 5 men-at-arms, nobody cares, it's only feudal age. They don't die. They just don't die.
I do have to commend, though, Papercut's upgrades looking pretty damn solid. Ramen's on the other hand.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. Papercut, the only thing, he is floating a little bit of more gold than he needs to, but at the same time, just refocus it a little bit, and then he could be, he can either buy food or he just remacros a little bit, waits for 2-3 minutes, and then he's up in Castle Age. And Ramen will take a while to be there. Did add some men-at-arms on his own as well, so not as tanky obviously as the Gilded men-at-arms, but at least having a solid front line there will definitely help, and then that also frees up the horsemen to just be a raiding party. Papercut adding some walls on the north side as well as being on the deer there, so he is already starting to expand out onto the map. He's also controlling 2 of the points of interest, which we haven't even touched upon so far. Yeah, I mean they're abandoned outposts, so they will provide some good line of sight in all the stealth force there, so it's nice. So yeah, Papercut right now using the map a little bit more than Ramen is, who's just, yeah, in a sense, just doubling down on the feudal aggression here.
I mean, it's so scary, right? Like, okay, if I stop producing, if I stop doing that, and then suddenly now order is going to be going up, right, in age to matching B, then what do I do then? He's going to just full sending this fight though. Nice attempted flank here though. But again, these bad at arcs.
Oh my
Are they being
goodness.
targeted? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's not focusing on them. And oh, King is going down another time. So Henry III is already dead. And I mean, it's only mostly the gilded archers in the back here getting chased by one horseman and one spearman. So yeah, in terms of numbers, Ramen is able to now overwhelm Papercut completely. There's a couple of gilded villagers there which fell down, so there's 10 villager kills for Ramen. That's really, really good. He's looking strong, his eco is up, his villagers are up, and he lost only a fraction of his army, and you see they're so low health, you just pulls them back. It's so funny. Like, it's
I mean, I'm selecting all army, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yep, that's where the rally point is.
Yeah, I mean, it's infuriating for Papercut, I guess, that he's not, you know, killing them and they just move back and then they heal up and half a minute later they're back in the fight. But really, really nice touch here by Ramen, just using that to his advantage.
+6, +6, +6,
Yeah.
+6, +6, +6.
Yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice.
And we're full HP.
There's the king again, so healing up that one poor longbow that was outside of the area of King's range. And yeah, back up again. Papercut further walling down the northern part. He wants to have that safe against raids. And now actually the tides have turned a little bit and Ramen is very close to aging up.
Am I smelling a white tower? Is that too disrespectful?
I mean, yes, but also no. It would be disrespectful and you would hate to see it on ladder, but at the same time, I feel like at this point, you could do it. I don't know. I'm not advocating for that because I know I will get hate for that. That's the King's Palace. Okay, we're safe. We're safe. It's the King's Palace. Getting dropped close to the outpost actually.
Last king of the Rockies. We had a white tower rush on land.
I remember that. Yes, I do remember that. I made a short out of that for YouTube. That was pretty toxic. But yeah, a little bit of a choke point here. Papercut trying to thin the army numbers.
The targeting. Here. Oh, the pathing sometimes.
Pathing is horrible sometimes. Yep.
Got to fall back here though. Longbow mass is looking pretty solid. King's Palace is coming up at a very peculiar position, if I might add.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, it acts like a town center, so the vision through the stealth forest is there, I guess. But other than that, why is he not putting that like close to like 2 gold veins in the mountains, or closer to his base or whatever? Like, really interesting spot for sure. Another engagement here, and Longbow's doing a nice job here at kiting a little bit, shuffling back and forth, and trying to thin down the archer mass here. Yeah, restricted a little bit by vision here. No scout anymore. One more in queue here by Ramen. But yeah, numbers in his favor. Longbow mass looking very solid. There is the H up. And there's also the GG. Wow, yeah. I mean, it does make sense, you know, like you see that you're behind in all regards, and then your opponent at the same time, while he's decimating your army, is aging up. I don't know if you see a comeback from that.
Yeah, I mean, you're taking a losing fight, and you're losing D-Tech, and yeah. But damn, alright, 2-0 for Ramen so far though, and it's looking solid. And all that started with some double boar action, and I uh,
Yeah,
something.
something. Well, I mean, it was very entertaining to see that, and very well done as well. And I really loved the forward Kings, Abbey of Kings, and that really, kind of gave away the plan of the game here. And yeah, I think Ramen at some point went for the Kings call uh, for the age up just because he could.
I, I, Rama is the type of person that sometimes he ages up because he got the notification.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's like, oh, I can age up. Great, let me age up. Yeah. So sometimes it is one of the things I've discussed before is there's a difference between going castle and happening to go castle.
Yeah.
But our next matchup, though, it's going to be Lancaster versus Japan. Map is unknown for the time being. It is going to be Rockies, actually. That. So that is going to be a pretty interesting matchup. Mainly because both of these civs are kind of reliant on stone. And I say kinda because Lancaster, they can kind of just ignore manners to a certain extent. It's not good, but they can.
They can, yeah.
And Japan, they kind of get it passively, but they still kind of need it.
Yeah, I mean, if you only rely on the passive, like you say it's passive, it's like they get stoned by mining gold. If you only rely on that, it takes forever to get the daimyo manners. It even takes a while to get arrow slits if you want to. So yeah, as you said, you do rely on the stone a little bit. And yeah, with Rockies, the stone outcroppings being a little farther out on purpose. It's not a bug; it's on purpose. Some civilizations are disadvantaged, just like with Front Range, Malians is disadvantaged. That's just how it is. And some people may say it's bad map design, but that's just how it was designed. I mean, it's the same with some maps have more berries or more deer. It's like, yeah, it favors certain. That's just how it is, and that's how it always has been. And so, yeah, interesting to see that. I actually would have expected, like, Ayubits we've seen a couple times on Rockies. HRE is pretty good on Rockies. I would have expected those. Rules can definitely work. Mongols is kind of weird again with the Uvu, but Delhi could work, I guess. Two sacred sites, pretty close in the middle. So yeah, it could have been completely different. So I'm really interested to see what they have in store, what they're planning with House of Lancaster against Japanese.
I am going to let you think about that for a second. I have a cat that is currently staring at me and begging for food, so I will be right back.
All right, that is good. Yeah, I will think about that. What I'll also mention briefly is that Ramen is up 2-0, so it's a best of 5. If he wins this one, that is going to be not his ticket to King of the Rockies, but at least one step further. And he would face Lash in the quarterfinals. So Lash is there already waiting for either of these players. So that would be very, very exciting to see that. And while Cow is feeding the cat, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And if you like what you see so far, you can subscribe to our channel. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, which at some point we'll put these videos on YouTube as well. And we really ask for your donations to help us put up this event. The prize pool is covered by World's Edge, the $15,000, but all the cost in the bag and everything. And to potentially also increase the prize pool, we ask for your donations to help us make this possible. We're community funded, so we rely on the community to help us make these great events. If you want to play in tournaments yourself, by the way, We host weekly tournaments, and for basically all skill levels, up to Conqueror 2. And at the beginning of September, we'll actually have a 2v2 tournament. So if you want to have more information, it's all in our Discord. And so yeah, looking really forward to our 2v2 to celebrate our 3-year anniversary, by the way. So we're really hyped about that as well. So yeah, if you can support us by either donating, subscribing, and or buying merch for King of the Rockies, we would really appreciate that. And I think that is all I have for now. And Cow is back. What a timing!
Cat has gotten food.
Wonderful. Yeah, we also have 2 cats, so I know how it is sometimes. So yes, yeah.
It's like, okay, Cat, fine.
You're not dying. Chill. If I can do it, you can do it too. Yeah. But there we are, back in the third game. Papercut playing the Japanese, Ramen playing House of Lancaster. On the right side, the map is Rockies, so a nice little homage to the King of the Rockies, a beautiful scenic lake in the middle of the mountain. It's a pretty, optically pleasing game that we have in front of us here. Back to the regular view. So Papercut moving towards the opponent's base, scouting out the resources here. Potentially looking for Dark Age aggression. I don't really expect it, but depending on where the resources are, we could actually see it with Japanese. But for now, not looking like it.
Yeah, so starting off, like, my first ooh is, that's pretty far away, and then it's, that's actually pretty defensible, so you can actually go for the stone.
Mm-hmm.
Papercut as well, he's pretty close, quote-unquote, because, he just has a quick detour and then he can get some stone, so I'm a little bit unsure where we are going to be going with this. Abbey of Kings is probably what we're going to be seeing again from Ramen this game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really? Okay. What I've seen the other day, and I mean that was not on a high level, but I've seen a little extended Castle of Lancaster, and for example with Ramen, that could cover the 2 gold and stone in the front of his wood line. Could if he's like, what, like I could put it there, and then you wall off the left side with the wood lines, and then on the right side you put another wall down, then you only have the middle entry. That would have been an option, but as you said, Abbey of Kings is the choice here. So that is again going to be Ramen's weapon of choice. It is functioning a little bit different than the Abbey of Kings that we seen last game, most notably. So we're not gonna see a king here. It's not. It doesn't have the healing, but we'll see the Lords of Lancaster. So up to 4, and each one increasing the health of nearby military units. And on the other hand, we have the Kura stores coming up. No surprise there. I mean, I don't think anybody expected Shinobi on this map. That would have been a huge surprise to me.
I'm going through in my head the game plan that I'm thinking that Lancaster will have, and I'm not coming to any good conclusion. Because we are going on that stone, so we are getting manners.
Well, okay, so what we've seen yesterday, and I could imagine it's gonna be a little bit like that, is we're gonna see 3 manners into Fast Castle, into Earl's Guard spam, coupled with the Lords of Lancaster. That could be something that he's looking for.
It was kind of the same conclusion I came to. The problem is, it's not a good conclusion.
I didn't say it was a good conclusion. I'm just saying that is an option.
It is an option.
It is an option.
Lord Fausti is, yeah, it's kind of the thing as well. It's like harassing with the lords while going for the 6 manners. It's likely. We could just see Abbey 3 manners castle. That is also an option.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very curious to see what Papercut is going to be doing, though. He's actually going to be going out on the deer already. That is with the Abbeys just being spotted. He is going to go straight for the berries, though, so he's not going to be having eyes on this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe that's his reasoning here, that he's like, okay, he's likely going for the berries because that's where Papercut started, and so if Papercut moves to the deer, he can kind of avoid that aggression. But as we see that the Ramen scout is actually scouting that out as well, so we could see a shift here with the Lord of Lancaster towards that position, because that's a lot more value than just the berries.
He's shifting his Lancaster Lord as well over there.
I mean, the Lord of Lancaster, they don't have the healing ability as the king has, and so if, yeah, we see Papercut reacting to that already. So he could go for the samurai. He has the honorable geisha as well, which they should do fairly well against the Lord of Lancaster, I could imagine. Oh, there it is. First engagement, but yeah, the tower is going to get up. Oh no!
Attack didn't start.
Oh, that was close. That was a close one. Yeah, that's the first honorable geisha. Speeding up here and getting a good hit on the Lord of Lancaster, who's already half health. So again, there's no healing, so it's.
Yeah, I'm. This is very curious to me. Myriad, can you give me some insight? Because I am lost. I hope Papercut is just going castle behind this. That's where I'm at, right? We do have three manners that's just going to go up. He is pulling off the stone, so we are just going to be sticking on those 3 manners, and castle is the only option I see.
Yeah, I mean, usually Japanese likes to go castle relatively quickly. There's 4 honorable geisha right now, a 5th one in queue. Resources is kind of like 1/3 into it, getting the survival techniques now as well. Yeah, I could imagine he's just, building a couple of honorable geisha just to have that mass to defend against the Lords of Lancaster, and then behind that he's aging up. Has a lot of food now, so just needs to get it back up with his gold production, and then he will be there relatively soon. But Ramen also is kind of close. So yeah, we'll see the 3 mana into Fast Castle. He has a couple of Lords of Lancaster already, and then he can follow them up with potentially the Earl's Guards. Which, I don't know, I mean... We kind of concluded earlier that it may not be a good choice, so I'm really curious to see where this is heading. Okay, next question would be, okay, King's College or White Tower? Before I can get your take on that, he's already dropping the King's College. So there we go, King's College being dropped in the back of the base.
I feel like White Tower here, I mean...
Well, I mean, the White Tower is a little bit less interesting for House of Lancaster because you cannot produce units from there. And the King's College has some really cool, unique technologies, so maybe that's his reasoning. And if he wants to solidify that forward position, he can just drop a keep at some point if he wants to, once he has enough stone there. So I don't know. I'm not surprised by the King's College, but I'm a little bit at a loss at how this is going to continue, how this game is going to continue. Floating Gate on the other side is also being constructed.
Yeah, it is those knights, so we're just gonna have knight v knight, and we do have Color of S's, right? Which is pretty good if we are going to be going into some knight v knight action, right?
Yeah.
At the same time here, we do have the town center being upgraded to a Daimo as well. Going to be buffing up those farms around here quite decently. I was about to say, not sure about how this got like skipped, but then I realized it goes that way. Anyways, we are actually be going having samurai. Okay, never mind. He switched into mounted samurai.
Yeah, I mean, mounted samurai. Samurai would be an interesting choice, but not necessarily a good one against. If he expects the knights to go out at least, which, yeah, they are going to be part of this game for sure. We have 2 already on the field, 3 more in queue. So yeah, Ramen is looking for some damage here with his 1 knight already. Should potentially, I mean, there are no villagers on the berries anymore, so he will not find it. He will find the Shinto priest if he no. Where's the A move when you need it? That's my question. I mean, you know, it's like sometimes I regret using the A move because, like, I don't know, the units get distracted by the scout and just run and chase the scout instead or whatever, but you know, if you're running into a wolf or an enemy army, it's really nice to just quickly kill that and then move on. But yeah, laser focus on his target. There was 1 villager kill on the tower, and the other one is in the back, needs to be careful there. So getting dangerously low, so he needs to pull them back to the abbey if he wants to heal them up.
Does see this, in fact.
He does see that. Okay, one of the
I
knights
definitely
is
know
charging. Pretty close here, but yeah, 1 knight in that case not enough to stop that.
Crossbow's coming out for Ramen as well, though, so he is going to be going into crossbow knight composition, which I think is very interesting.
I mean, it's definitely very effective against the mounted samurai. It just doesn't do too much against the Honor Geisha. So
I don't know what is going on anymore.
Well, we have the army marching in bulk here with the 3 lords of Lancaster, so those knights should have a nice health bonus, right? Well, there's his health.
Plus 36 is not bad.
No, definitely not. I mean, that's 2 more, at least 2 more hits by the mounted samurai. So in an extended fight, that can be really nice.
So I do wonder if we're having a little bit of a repeat from yesterday with when MSN and Valdemar played on this map, right? It's knight crossbows versus, you know, whatever Japan pumps out, and we are going to be seeing. We did see Unamusha in queue for a little bit. We are going to switching to Yumi Ashigaru, however.
I mean, the Yumi are really good against the crossbows if you want to deal with them that way. But not the other units that Ramen has on the field. First relic is being picked up by Ramen. Papercut already has 1 in his possession.
2 in possession.
Yeah, one garrison, and then there's a second one.
If everything goes correctly, though, we should have I want to say a 3-2 relic split. I'd be very surprised if Papercut gets a 3rd relic, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll have to see how this initial fight goes.
Well, I mean, right now they're just, passing ships in the night here. Now they've found each other. Crossbows getting onto the Yumi, so that is going down. Papercut doesn't want to engage at the moment. I think he respects the crossbows just a little bit too much, and yeah, needs to wait for his critical Yumi mass before he really wants to engage there.
I mean, the main issue is the fact that you don't have anything against. You don't have anything against the knights and the Lancasters, right? Or the lords, right? That's kind of where I'm at right now, where it's like, okay, cool, we have things to deal with. Like, okay, we can deal with the crossbows pretty easily because, well, hey, like,
Onobugesha.
Onobugesha. Problem is everything else, right? These knights are so much stronger than normal.
Yeah.
And it's not showcased in this particular fight because these are not armored. The second you have something that is armored, which we're building quite a lot of, that's where the real issue comes.
Yeah, I mean, Paper could go into the Onamusha, and they would, they're kind of like the crossbow replacement for the Japanese, so they would be an option. He could just go straight Spearman if he wants to. That might be the better choice. Also, some kind of frontline, I guess. I don't know. They're playing a little bit different than I kind of expected, which is fine. Like the way I would have played it probably wouldn't have been as effective anyway. But yeah, I'm really curious to see where this game is heading towards.
I don't know. I don't like doing it on stream too much, but time to think out loud.
Yeah, do it, please.
Okay, so we have Yumis. Now what?
Well, I mean, the Yumis, they will keep the crossbows and the spearmen in check, and they will be. Yeah, I'm not too great against the Yeoman. But yeah, for now we do have an engagement finally coming in here. Papercut is defending his base here. Crossbows in the back getting shredded by the Yumi. And Onobugesha at the same time also getting on top of the Yeoman. So yeah, not a counter necessarily, but because of their move speed and attack speed, pretty solid. But the front line completely evaporated. The banner is still standing, but the bannerman is dead. Wow. Okay, there is, I guess. Okay, one fight and done.
It's a one and done situation.
One and done.
Yeah, that was kind of it, right? It's just so hard to actually be taking that fight as Japan. Like, it feels like there's nothing you can do against that composition almost as Japan. Like, on the back, to be fair though, the Unamusha, the Onobugaris, they actually did look pretty solid, right? They dealt with the backline pretty effectively, but it was just not enough of them.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. So you either need a lot more on a Bugeisha, or you need a lot more, or a lot of spearmen in general to deal with the knights, because they were super tanky, and not really a good response to the knights, not really a good response to a lot of Lancaster, and that was the main issue. And I mean, Mounted Samurai is super cool. They're super strong, like no question about that. But they don't counter them, and they can hold for a while, but as soon as the deflective armor is down, yeah, that's it. You're just a regular knight at that point.
Yeah, pretty much, right? And yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, sure, it's a regular knight at that point, and plus you have +5, right, from the Lancaster knights.
So
they're doing so much extra damage. Like, okay, for example, like hypothetically in French versus Japan, when the French knights charge and they actually get their attack deflected, the French Knight actually doesn't get their +3 damage, like their extra charge bonus damage.
Oh, okay.
In this case, however, it's just straight up every single attack has +5, so your front line is just melting.